Hey there everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Craps, the channel by a beginner for beginners on how to play craps. On the last video, awesome opportunity that we had to come back from a deficit. We've got 43.30 is what we finished with from our last video, and just like always, we're gonna play with $500. So that is going to be 400 in green and 100 in red. Perfect. We want to limit ourselves to the potential loss, but we'll go from there. Today's strategy, we're just going to continue because I don't want people to think that it was a fluke that we came up on some money. So we're gonna try again, and we're gonna do the dark side first. We'll transition into the light side, and then we'll go back to the dark side to finish it off. That should give us a good amount of rolls. It should give us a good amount of shooters, and hopefully we'll test the strategy to see if we come up on some money again. Like always, let's start with our don't pass. I'm just gonna start with $25 right off the bat, and we'll give it a go and see what happens. We want a 2-3, 6-1-7. That's a quick loss. Let's replace it. Right now we're just replacing, we're not out very much money. A 6-2-8 puts us on the 8, and let's go with a $25 DC. Remember, we're looking for 2 DCs on this. A 2-1-3 will get that quarter back. We like that. We'll just rack it. Let's go again with a 5-4-7, 5-4-9. So that's a center field 9. What in the world am I saying? Let's add another DC. See if we can establish our second. Okay, we've got a 3-2-5. We'll set ours up on the 5. And now we can start playing the inside numbers. Let's go ahead and do just our normal 6 and 8, and then we'll do 25, $10 in the field. And let's see what happens. So we've got about $75, $85, $95 in exposure. 4-1-5. So we'll lose the field there. We lose the DC. But then we get back $35. Now, because we lost our DC, we're gonna go ahead and put another one out there. We've got a 5-4-9, so we'll take a loss on that. And now we've taken 2 losses on the DC, so we'll go up 1. And we've got a 2-1-3. That's a $50 win. We'll just rack that, try to get it again. And 5-2-7 out. With a 5-2-7 out, we're gonna lose 75, 85. We'll put that in there. Oh, and another 50. And then we'll just get paid on this. So we took a little bit of a hit, no big deal. We'll leave our quarter there, and we'll get another shooter. We'll pick up the hard 8, see what we get. We've got a 5-1-6, so we're on the 6, easy 6, 50 in the DC. 5-1-6, we hit the point. This will travel to there. We'll turn this off, we'll lose a quarter. We'll go to 50. Let's establish a point. A 6-4-10 over here. Let's do another 25. And we've got a 4-1-5. We've got our 2 DCs out there. If we were to hit a 7 going forward, we would be okay because we would get paid on that 50. We would get paid on this, on each one. And so let's go ahead and bet the insides. And the field. Let's see what we get. A 314 field number. We'll just take 10, we'll rack it. We have a 6-6 midnight. Perfect. That's pays double. We'll just rack it. A 213. That's another 10. We'll rack it. A 549. That's another 10. We basically come up on everything. 527 out. Everything that we basically had out there, we've kind of brought it back. So here we're gonna lose on this. We'll take the cap and the field down. This will pay this will pay this, and that will pay that. And then we'll go back to our $25 DP and get a new shooter out. Hard 6 this time. Let's establish another point. 415. We're on the 5. We've got $25 out. If we hit a 7 right here with the 0.7 out, which we've done in the past, it'll just pay even money. 639. This will travel to the 9. We'll do another one. Let's get that second one out there. 639. So we actually lose it. Let's put 50 out there. Try to get it back. A 325. So it hits the point. So we'll turn her off. We'll take the 25 and now we'll go to 50. Get a point. Let's get a point established. A 437. So we're gonna lose the 50 here. These will come down to the DC, that's 75. So we'll get 75 and we're basically resetting. It came out even from there. We'll get a new shooter out. Pick up that hard 8. Now let's see what happens. 516. That was a 5. 516. Let's go 50 on that DC. We've got 2 craps, 2. That'll pay 50. We'll rack it. Let's get that out there. We've got a 213. We like that. That's another win. $50. We'll take that. 549. Center field 9. We'll put that 50 there. We feel comfortable. Let's get 2 DCs out. 415. Okay. Now we're gonna go 25 and we'll go 25. What if we went 50 instead? 50 instead and then 25. Sorry, 10 in the field. So 50 is going to pay 70 if we were to hit these. We're going to end up losing 50, but it's also a field number. On the 5, we end up losing the field, but that's okay. And a 224, I'll just pay $10. Looks good. Let's keep at it with a 628. We'll just lose that field. No big deal, we'll replace it. 6410. That's a $10 winner there. We've got a 2 craps 2. That'll pay double. We'll rack that. We've got a 415. So we're gonna lose on this. We're gonna get paid 70, and we'll just keep our 10 there. We've missed one DC, so we're just gonna do it for 25. Keep that control of our money. That's gonna go to the 10. That's a 6-4-10. That'll go behind there. This will get paid $10. Looking good so far. I think I can trade that in. We've got a 6-2-8. That's just a field loss, no big deal. One of the things I didn't notice is now our 5 isn't covering anything, so we'll just move this over to the 10 and cover it. And then we might as well put maybe $15. No, we'll just do 25 on the 5. And a 5-2-7 out. Kind of a bad time to do that, but that's okay. We'll lose this, and then we'll get paid 50, 75. So there's the 75. We've got a quarter there, and so we are done with that shooter. I'm not gonna say it was great on that, but we did make a little bit of money, I think, on that. I guess the time will tell. Once we finish up, we'll see if we made some money trying this out again or not. So we've got probably another shooter to go. We'll pick up that hard 6 again. Let's get a point. We've got a 2-2-4. We're on the 4. We'll go 50 on the DC. That is a 6-2-8. 6-2-8. This will travel to the 8. Let's get another 50 out there. And 2-1-3. We'll take that $50 winner. We'll rack it. 5-3-8. That's an easy 8. We'll lose that 50. We had just 150, so no big deal. It's just coming out of the casino. 2-1-3, we'll get it back. Let's go again. 3-1-4, now we hit the point. So we're gonna move the 50 over to the 4, we'll turn her off. We'll take the 25, and we'll replace it with a 50. Let's get our point. We've got a 3-1-4 again. This will come on. We lose this 50. Let's put another 50 in the DC and see where it takes us. 5-4-9. 5-4-9 is going to come here. Let's cover these with a 50 there, a 30 there, and a 10 here. Let's see what happens. And 3-1-4. So we lose the 50 here. We get paid $10 there. We'll just rack that. We will go to 100 on the DP. 5-2-7. We're gonna lose the 100, and we're gonna get paid 100. We'll just rack that back up. So hopefully you notice that we're off. So these bets are off, but the DCs are on. And so when we hit that 7, they'll get paid out, but we would lose on that because we hit a 7 on the DP. Hopefully you followed there. We're on the 4 again, 3-1-4. Now we'll go with the $100 DC. We've got a 4-1-5. This will travel to the 5. We'll do another $100 DC. We've got ourselves a 6-5 yo. Not a good time to get a yo. That's okay, we'll do another 100 in the DC. 2-1-3, we'll just get it back. We'll rack it. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10, easy 10. Okay, we've got these established. Let's go ahead and fill this back in. Let's go $10 in the field. And I think we'll also do the 6 and 8 since those are not our points. 5, 4, 9. That's just $10. We'll stack one and rack one. See if we can get to a green chip on that. 6, 4, 10. So we're gonna lose the DC there. 50 is gonna pay 90. And then we've got $15 there as well. We'll rack this. We'll regroup. Let's go with a $100 DC again. 4, 4, 8. We'll come to the 8. We'll do 35. 30 pays 35. We'll take our 10 back down. We'll do $10 there. As far as the 6 goes, let's move it to the, no, we'll just leave the 6. That's okay. That's a 4. 3, 1, 4, we'll lose that. Meaning we'll lose the DC. We'll get paid in the field. And we're gonna come back out with another 100 there. Get a point. 6, 2, 8. We're gonna lose that 100. We're now on the 8. We were off, so that's not gonna help us any. Let's put 200 in the DC. A 6, 6, that's a push. A 5, 1, 6, that's an easy 6. That'll move to the 6, and it'll also pay 35. 30 will pay 30, oh, that's from my rack. 35. So we'll go ahead and put $10 in the field. 5, 1, 6. We're gonna lose the DC for 200. So that was a little bit of a hit. Probably should have gone up on that. We're gonna lose the field, but we're gonna get paid 35. Let's go ahead and rack, or actually press. We'll go back for 200 on the DC. 5, 2, 7. So I think that particular set hurt us quite a bit. We're gonna lose this as well. And we've got 200. Yeah, we're down a bit. That's okay. We're learning, we're continuing to do our bets. Look at those snake eyes. Okay, let's go with the 200 DC. 6, 2, 8, we're on the 8. We're gonna go big. We're gonna go 100, 120 on the inside. 120. 100. Then we're gonna go 200 on that DC. 5, 4, 9. So this will come over. That'll pay 140. I'm paying for my rack. 150 for 10. And then we're gonna bring down the 9 now that we're on. See if we can get another, 5, 3, 8. We hit the point, so that's gonna pay another 150 for 10. We'll wrap that. And because we hit the point, we're gonna take 200 out. We'll put 200 back on. We're off. Let's see if if we get 6-6 midnight, doesn't help us any. A 6-5 yo hurts us. That's another 200. Now we're gonna double it to 400. 400. A 1-1. That's a 2 craps 2. That's 400. We're gonna leave it. Let's get a point. A 4-2-6. We're on the 6. We'll do another 100 on the DC. And we've got a 6-2-8. 6-2-8, this will travel to the 8. That's gonna pay 150 for 10. And guess what I'm doing? We're gonna regress all the way. I'm gonna take these back down. Okay, now we're playing for the 7. We wanna hit the 7 before we hit that point. And 3-1-4, doesn't help. 4-3-7, out. Whew. So that was a little rough, but we were able to come back a little bit. So let's see what we currently have when it comes to our rack. Now that we've finished, we'll trade this in for another 5. That's another 500. I'll trade this in. That's 25, 50, 75. Plus this 25 is another 100. Okay. And now we're gonna count it out. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so that's 2. We've got 2 there. Oh, we're missing 1. Okay, that's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 45. 5,000. $5,005 is where we're at right now. That DC, if you have the cash flow for it, if you have that bankroll, can come back pretty strong, as you saw. It's not a fluke. From what I've been playing so far, that DC hits a little bit better than the light side. One of the things we didn't get a chance to do because we didn't have a long roll is to go from the dark side to the light side and then back to the dark side. We basically stayed on the dark side the majority of the time. We played a little bit of the light, but we were getting hit pretty hard. And as you saw, we had to double up, sometimes triple up our DP original bets so that we can make a little bit of money on that 7. So again, we already know that the 7 is going to come out eventually. So the best thing to do is to be prepared for it and hope it comes out when you have a lot of money out on that 7. So thank you guys so much for your time. I hope this video was insightful. The opportunity to do the DC for a second time, so then that way you know it's not a fluke. Thank you so much again for your time. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you on the next one.